Hello, good morning, everyone, and actually good afternoon. Welcome to this webinar. I think we're going to wait for a few seconds for everyone to actually have time to log in. We know it's Friday, so let's wait for a few seconds before we start, and welcome for the one that are already here. You guys can already start asking question. You can log your question into the question box that you have on your right. And then we'll finish this webinar with a Q&A session in order to be able to address all of you question, remark, any concern, anything you would like to say. Just a quick hello as well can be good. Finish this webinar with Okay, so I think it's a good time to start. Okay, so I would like to start this webinar by asking you a question. Have you ever heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make a really good first impression? Actually, nowadays, the first impression is quite often online. So if your website looks like it was designed in the 90s, then that might be the good moment for an upgrade. And don't worry, you don't need to be a tech genius or a design expert. You have a website that looks professional and modern. That's where we come in. That's the topic of this webinar. So let's dive right into it. First of all, welcome again. My name is Jessica. I'm an Odoo web design expert for the functional analyst team here in APAC region. And I'm very excited to co-share this webinar with Monir.
Hi, my name is Munir. I am the Odoo website sales expert, but in this case, I'll be a business owner today.
Welcome, Monir. Thank you. So in this webinar, we'll be discussing the importance of having a professional website, but also functional websites. That is very important. But also we want to highlight the fact that your website needs to stand out from the crowd. So having a professional website when it comes to functionalities is good, but having a stunning website that perform well, this will help you first increase your visibility and establish your credibility. So in order to achieve your business goals. First of all, for the people that are here, let's talk about Odoo. Let's start with the basics. Some of you may be already Odoo experienced, but that might not be the case for everyone. So I just want to explain a little bit what is Odoo. The best way and the easiest way to explain you what is Odoo, think about your smartphone. In your smartphone, you may have many apps, and all of those apps have one need, trigger one need to use. So you may have the calendar app to have appointment. You may have the mailbox app. You may have the photo apps. Think about Odoo the same way. Odoo is actually a business management software which every apps can address one business need. Think about a company. In a company, you have many different departments. You have finance department that has a lot of different needs in terms of accounting or invoicing. We have apps to address that. Think about the marketing department. They may need to have a need for emailing, mass mailing, or automation. We have apps for that. We also cover sales, service, what else? We can have as well finance and again the service department. Okay, but today's topic is the website. We have an app that facilitates the website creation. So you may know that, okay? When it comes to facilitating the website creation, then you have access to the website builder. The website builder will help you to create quickly and easily a website using the drag and drop options, okay? And this really address the need of having a very simple website. Think about a company website where you just want to showcase your company expertise, for example. That's something. Now think about you as a customer who wants to buy something online. So then you go to e-shops. shops, e-commerce. That's where Odoo backend integrate with the front end as well. We have the e-commerce application on top of the website. Think about product catalog. Think about as well all the variants that you can have and you can sell for your product and services. That's where the backend is actually configured and can reflect on the front end. What is better than to have a system that will give you real-time stock? That's where Odoo is really strong in terms of value proposition. You can set up the stock level from the back end that will reflect on the front end. And as a customer myself, I hate like to buy a product and get a notification 2 days later that the product is out of stock. I would have liked to know this better. So that's where Odoo comes into the right place. We talk about company websites, we talk about e-commerce. Other type of website could be potentially educational websites. So that's where we need probably a blog, or you need an e-learning system, or also why not having to promote some events. Odoo comes with all of those options. It's all integrated into one system. But what we're here today, we're not here to talk about the website in itself. We're here to talk about the new service that we are promoting in APAC, and also why we decided to create the web design service. Actually, my first answer to that is that we heard you. We heard you. You came with this need. You came with this proposition because you wanted to use all of the benefits Odoo can suggest to you, propose to you. We have really good experienced functional consultant that can help you set up the website in a way that it will work. But what about a website that will perform? This is a real expertise. This is another expertise, and this expertise comes with designers. Designers that will help you to figure out what is the best version of your website, in having in mind since the beginning your business goal. Again, think about having an e-shop, think about having a company website, or think about having an educational website. Designers have a really strong expertise into showing you what is the right way to have the best version of your website. Secondly, you may think about price, but also cost. Website is a business asset, so it comes with a cost. But in terms of thinking about cost, think about value. Okay, that's where as well we have a strong benefit here. We want to make sure that as well you are in charge of updating your website. We put you in the driving seat when it comes to changing anything of your website. Okay, and this doesn't come with a cost. You don't have to put money on the table every time you want to change a picture or change the title of one page. Okay, we will train you on you to be fully autonomous on your website. And also, again, I really want to insist on that because this is why we created this service. We know we have a lot of competition on the market. This is not the topic here, but really the strong benefits that you can have from Odoo itself is a very, very strong and powerful backend. And now you can associate that with a very, very powerful and impactful front end. That's where we ensure the success of your project. And your project might not be only an Odoo project, it's part of a bigger project. For companies, it's called digital transformation. That's where we are very strong.
Okay, Jessica, so I have a website for 8 years now for my gym, and we used the website to generate traffic to the gym, building building the brand, but we want to integrate events page, and maybe sell products online. The website was very generic. It seems to be out of date. So how Odoo can help me with the website design service in this case?
Thank you for the project, Monir. And I can tell your website was really outdated. So we have a lot of requests like that. So actually, what's the best answer to address this? We have a web design process. Okay, so this web design process, like I said before, will ensure the success of your project when it comes to creating a website. It goes step by step. We will never say, okay, this website will be this or that to the go. It falls into a real process. For those who are already using Odoo, they may be familiar with the Quick Start methodology. Think about that. It's not so different, but we just integrate another layer of creativity, of design, research, and stuff like that. And it all starts with a kickoff meeting. Okay, this kickoff meeting is the starting point of every design project. What do we do in a kickoff meeting? Think about building a house. You come to a real estate agent, you want to meet up with the architect. That's what is happening in the construction world. It is the same with the web design world. We need to know all of your requirements. We need to know possible features that you want to add. We need to know your taste, because sometimes we may not share the same taste when it comes to colors, when it comes to fonts, when it comes to how many pages you want to have, when it comes also to your core business. Sometimes we don't know your core business, so we want you to guide us through, to explain. We want you as well to show, well, who are your competitors? Show us your competitor website. Show us some website that you like and some other that you really don't like, so that we can kind of figure out what can be the look and feel of the website. And designers, again, may not agree with you when it comes to designing a website that you have in mind. Sometimes you can come up with a mock-up already made. Designers are here as well during this kickoff meeting to really challenge you, to really get to the point of then they know exactly where to start and what are going to be the next step. So after this kickoff meeting, then we start wireframing. So again, think about building a house. Now you talk to the architect, you agree with the potential plan the architect suggested you. Now you want to start, they want to start building your house. You always start with the foundation, and foundation wise, we are talking about walls, we are talking about windows, we are talking about like how many bathrooms, how many kitchens and stuff like that. So that's the wireframing process. There is no colors, there is nothing so fancy or beautiful to that. It's just the structure, like the brutal structure of your website. And this will help you and us as well in the end commit and finalize to, okay, this is the service page that you want to have, this is the structure for the product page, this is the structure for the home page. And what is very important into this wireframing process, this wireframing operation, is where we start creating the navigation experience as well. That's where we start optimizing everything when it's come to navigation. Where are the calls to action in regards to your business goal? You already explained in the kickoff meeting. All of this will be then reflected into the wireframing. Once wireframing is okay, we finally got to an agreement. That's where the fancy and that's where the magic come into the place. That's where we start designing your website. And by designing this operation, meaning we integrate your photos, your videos, your colors, and you can taste and kind of see that your website is getting alive. So that's where I think that's the most exciting part. That's the achievement that we've been working on for so long. Let's say that's the cherry on the cake. Maybe cherry on the cake can be this part, the training part, because I mentioned this already many times. We really want to make you autonomous on your website. And this goes with a training program. So we already worked on that. We already trained customers into into changing image, into adding new page, into changing the font, into doing small but very meaningful operation for them. And this training program can be also adapted to your needs. We come with the structure of a training, but you may have some more advanced need. We want to cover that. We want to help you as well take full control of your website. That's our mission, and that's why every single offer comes with a training. So that is the process that we have at the moment.
So in short, all we have to do is go through the kickoff meeting, wireframing, design, and training in this case, right? So I can see how collaborative and intuitive this is. This would definitely benefit me long term. So in this case, right? So how does Odoo stand out from all the other competitors in the market?
That's a very good question, because on the market, the competition is there. There's a lot of web design agencies, or a lot of freelancers, or even that other tools. The real benefit that we can promise to you is the expertise. The expertise that we have is, first, we have designers in-house, and those designers are trained on Odoo system, on Odoo backend. They know Odoo code, they know Odoo structure, so they have their background in design, and then we combine this with the knowledge they need to have on Odoo ERP. So that's where we have a real expertise, and that's where as well we really mark a difference for you. You have the backend at Odoo. Now it's time to integrate it with the front end as well. And also, regarding the expertise that we have, we put a very serious point in having the mobile responsiveness. I don't know you, but we spend a lot of time like using our phone, like when we are in the commute to go to work, or when we are at home, like just chilling a little bit. We all spend at least 2 to 3 hours on our phone. When you look for a product or a services online, it's always good to have a website that is fitting your device screen. So that's why our design expert as well, they are really experienced into that. And also, again, I spoke about that a lot, but having in mind always your business needs, your business goal is one of our best and strongest expertise when it comes to that. We had an example that customers come with a fully detailed idea of a website. We analyzed the industry, we did some design research, and then we come up with a totally different suggestion when it comes to the website. And this works as well. It is a collaborative way. It is a co-creation way to just show you what is the right path, because again, web design, it's a full expertise. It's not only the beautiful or the fancy. It's something that is made to perform. So we talk about our differentiation. We talk about the process. Now you may want to know what are the offers. Again, depending on the size of your website, we're gonna suggest this or that offer. The most simple website can come up with a 25 hours. We call it an initiative pack. This pack is designed for the most simple projects. For example, you have a project for a company website. This company website only require few pages, in between 2 to 4, for example, without having a lot of functionalities to that. You just want to have a starting point, let's call it like that. Then that's where we can address that with the initiative pack. Keep in mind that all of the pack that you see here comes with the training program I already explained. There is no exception to that, okay? So we talk about the company website. Now you want to leverage your company website and add it the e-shop, for example, because you diversify your core business. Then we can have a bigger project. Bigger project require a bigger pack because we need to analyze better. We need to have more purpose into that. again, picture in your mind some e-shop that you are going to buy some product. Normally you see the homepage, it's totally different from a company website homepage. You have a blog with the bestseller. You may have a blog with the discounted product. You may have a blog with customer feedback. This needs to be analyzed. And also when it comes to e-commerce, again, there is a big part that is coming from the back end and that reflects on the front end. And we need, again, to have a focus and have a real expertise when it comes to that. That's why, like, Odoo team is normally well synchronize and communicate well, collaborate well when it comes to those products. And then last pack is for bigger project. We call it the Pro Pack. These actually require more customization. You have a project and you know that Odoo standard will not respond to all of your requirements. That's okay. Again, we can analyze this and we can customize the website by creating a customized or personalized new theme for you from scratch. So this is also possible. Keep in mind as well that Odoo motto is like we try to keep it standard as much as possible. That's what we like to do as well. But we do not close the door when it comes to bigger project. We also would like to analyze and help you like succeed in your digital transformation project.
Interesting. So the pricing seems pretty attractive in this case. But how can I get support and maintenance if I encounter problems with my website then?
That's a very good question, because when you start creating website, you don't want to have like issues, or you don't want to be like relying on people that may like respond to you in a week or so.
Yeah.
So that's where you can also benefit from Odoo support. We have a 24/7 support team that can address the most complex issues you can encounter with the website. And by this, I'm referring to sometime weird behavior or bugs or whatever. This can happen, to be honest, but also again for maintenance in a way that you want to maintain yourself, your website. It's again where our training session with our experienced designer will help you to be in the shoes of someone who is going to maintain their website. So you will be in the driving seat of the car. We give you the keys of your website. So how do we start qualifying a website and can come back to you with the most accurate offer? We created a survey, and this survey will help pre-qualify your project. This survey will be then analyzed with one of our designers here. We'll have the discussion with functional consultant, with your account manager, and also with the designer. Everyone, one team, to analyze your project and to make sure to come back to you with the most accurate suggestion. So the survey is already in the description. Feel free to fill the survey, and we'll get in touch with you with your project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, business owner aside, as a website design sales expert, these are some of the frequently asked questions that we get. In this case, I'll start with, what are the limits of the service in this case?
Yeah, this is a question that we get quite a lot, actually. The limitation of the service is very simple, because we are not a web design agency, and we have no need to do that at the moment. So limitation are we do not create any content from scratch. So no video creation, Photoshop image creation, text creation for SEO, stuff like that. We do not do that at the moment. SEO is something that we think about for the APAC region. The Belgium office has already started with SEO experts, so they can provide that. At the moment for APAC, it's still an ongoing discussion.
Got it. Feel free to also ask any questions on the chat box, and
Yeah.
we will also get back to you at a later time. But in this case, right, what is the minimum Odoo version supported to benefit from this service?
That's a very, very critical question, actually, because you know that Odoo launch a new version every year. Like end of the year, we're going to be version 17 already, which means that it makes no sense to create a very beautiful and stunning website on the oldest version of Odoo. So the minimum version we start creating website right now is the version 15. But this doesn't mean that if you come up with a project that is under version 13, for example, we first ask you to upgrade to the latest version and then start with your project. That's the way we do, and this will facilitate the website and web design implementation for sure.
Okay, if that's the case, will the custom design pass future upgrades?
That's also for this purpose, actually, to make sure that database, but also database right now with web design project pass successfully future upgrade. That's why we can't like start designing onto another version. And when it comes to the most customized websites, think about the Pro Pack we just discussed. So customized website, actually, if we create new theme from scratch, we do it the Odoo way. Okay, the code is maintained, and that's why we as Odoo maintain our own code, and we create that in a way that it will pass successfully every upgrades. So those are only the 3 frequently asked questions, but I think you guys have more questions. One last thing. First of all, thanks a lot for joining us during this session. Monir and I will be very happy if you guys have more questions or if you want to schedule a free consultation with one of our design experts. We are very reactive, very open to discuss about that. So thanks a lot. And now let's jump into the Q&A session. So what do we have as question today? Let's see. Let's see quickly what do we have in the chat. We have a lot of hello. Some person I know. Okay, so let's wait a little bit if we don't have any question for now. So just to remind you, this service is available for APAC region, okay, which means APAC country, but also Australia. So if you guys are located in Australia, we can also address that. We also have the service if you are European based. We have the service in Belgium, which is really huge. We have a team of more than, I think, 15 or 20 designers with a lot of different projects. With also we have a complete portfolio. We kind of already addressed a lot of various industries. So the expertise is really growing. And here in Hong Kong base, we already have a team of 4 designers to onboard your design project.
Okay, so there's a question Stefan asked, and they ask, can partners also be available for this service? Can the service be available for the partners in this case?
Okay, so the partners is an ongoing discussion. What we can provide for the partners as well is first the training. Okay, we can have a dedicated designer that can help training in-house partners, designers. So that's the first step. As well for the partner side, what we can do is that if you don't have the internal resources to handle the project, then you can contact us, and then we can see how we can collaborate on that. This is also possible. I hope this replied the question.
Okay. Yeah. Second question, I guess. What about development of custom website feature like calculation of shipping costs based on distance?
That's a good question. We have a project on that. We will not. Okay, that's a very good question because it highlights something that we want actually distinguish. You have the website, and website is the features, okay? And then you have the design. When you talk about design, it's most of the visual aspect, okay? So if you want to develop something that is related to calculation of shipping costs, you don't need a designer. You need the functional team. You need someone more technical here at Odoo to be able to estimate how long or how much is it going to cost you to have this feature integrated to first the back end of your database, but again, that can reflect on the front end, okay? And the designer, what's the role of the designer in that situation? Is that the designer will make sure that the look of the calculation cost when it comes to, I think, the cart or the payment phase will look very okay, will look like you want it to look. So that's how we can very much distinguish what is website / functional, web design, which is like fancy, beautiful, colorful as well.
Cool. We will take one more question, I guess.
Okay.
And in this case, one of the users, Cyber204, asked if we have an existing support pack with Odoo, can we use it for website design services, or do we have to get a separate pack?
So it depends. I would say it depends. So either you already have a support pack, like we call it the success pack. Your project is already ongoing with one of our FC, and you have remaining hours. Those hours can be transferred to the web design project. It will always start with, a pre-qualification, a first analysis to make sure that those remaining hours really fit into your web design project. Okay, that's the first thing. And then when it comes for new customers, actually, you of course need to have a backend system with Odoo to start the web design. Okay, those can start in parallel at the same time, or normally we first implement the backend and then the front end. So you can, like I said, start with success pack for the backend and then top up with the front end, and this can be included into what we call a bundle pack for both backend and front end.
Yeah, just to add to that, I guess we will also see case by case basis. If that qualifies for it too. So yeah, we will have to we can look into it. Again, like we said, we provide a survey. That the link is in the description. You could try it out, and then of course we can consult with you to tell you what the best hours would be, and how it could work for the design aspect of the service in this case. I guess thank you everyone, and we will see you real soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.